everyone, this is a Korean Girl Eats and I'm with a super special guest today.
Hey everyone, I'm Aran from Aran English. I have a YouTube channel called Aran English. I teach English. I'm from South Korea and I came over to her house today to meet her and film a video with her.
Can you believe she's only lived in America for like a year? And she's this good at English. I was like, you must have lived here for 10 years. And she's like, no way. Like, I was born and raised in Korea. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. I think she has a lot to share with us about culture in Korea because she's been living in America and she's been seeing like all these differences culture-wise. And one of the things you were talking about is the difference in culture with food.
In Korea, you always like separate food trash from the rest of the trash.
Yeah.
So we have a bag for only food trash, right? So I think when I just like dumped food into the trash can, I felt like I was doing something wrong. It smells that too. So that was one of the big things that I noticed.
Yeah, totally. When I lived in Korea for a year, at first I hated separating my trash because I was not used to it, and I was like, why do I need to be separating my trash? Like, yeah, whatever, who cares? But like, yeah,
we care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the longer I lived in Korea, I was like, this is actually really great. I kind of wished Americans would do it and adapt that system, and because I think with all the food, they compost it, right?
Yeah, right. When I'm in Korea, like if I don't finish, like I want to take the leftover home.
Yeah.
But they don't have a box or anything like that. So I always feel like, oh, I'm gonna want that food later, but I can't bring that home. So it's very good that we can always bring some food home and just eat the leftover later.
In America, when you ask for a to-go box, it's like, oh yeah, of course, here.
Yeah.
Like, it's very usual for everyone to have leftovers, or not everyone, but a lot of people have leftovers because the portions are just so big. But in Korea, I literally never ever took food home after a meal, and it's like they'll kind of like think you're weird if you ask for that. So I'm just like, okay, I guess I'll have to throw it away. Maybe it's because in Korea you're conditioned to finish everything on your plate.
yeah.
That's how you're taught.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
like,
that's
why would
very
you
true.
need- Yeah.
I have an American boyfriend,
Uh-huh.
and he went to Korea, and he always wanted more Korean food. And when he like lived by himself in a dorm or somewhere by himself, he always wanted more Korean food. So he one time he only had like a water bottle, you know, a plastic water bottle.
Oh my god.
And he put like all the rice and like soup in that because he was so desperate. And like he would eat that
That's
at
so
home.
funny.
I'm like, honey, just tell me, I'll cook for you. But he was he was by himself and he wanted so much Korean food, so that's what he did.
Oh my god. Can you imagine trying to fit it through the little hole of the water bottle?
That makes me sad. If you order water, water always comes with some ice in it, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but it's not that in
I
Korea.
think a lot of Korean people don't like ice in their drinks because they think that things that are too cold for you are bad for your body, right? Yeah, so
We would prefer like hot stuff.
right. So I think it's like a very health conscious reason why they don't like the cold water.
And the water is just so much as well. My boyfriend thought it was so interesting that Koreans always had like so little cups, and they're like for. I think normal cups in Korea are the kids' cups here. Drinking culture is very different. Like it's illegal to drink outside or be drunk outside here, right?
When I went to Korea and they were like selling alcohol on the street,
Yeah,
Where
and
people
you can
just
just drink
drink it?
outside
Yeah,
by the
that's
river
so
or
strange.
like just in front of your apartment or anywhere you want.
yeah, my friends and I would go to Hangang
Yeah.
and we would order chimek.
Yeah,
And
right.
yeah, it's just like, it's not like crazy drinking, but like it's just fun drinking some
Yeah.
beer and having some Korean chicken,
Yeah.
seeing the water, talking to your friends. Like
Yeah.
I really love that.
Yeah. Even on campus or in front of campus, like you can see a lot of students drinking beer or drinking some alcohol in front of some convenience stores because they have some chairs so you can drink or eat. You can buy alcohol like at any time, but here I've heard that you couldn't buy alcohol like after at a certain
Yeah,
time.
yeah. I don't know exactly the law, but I know that they do not serve alcohol at bars after a certain time, and also you can't buy it at a store after a certain time.
I heard that it was because people would buy too much alcohol after they're drunk. I don't know
Oh,
if I
that
think-
makes sense.
Do you think it makes sense?
Yeah, well, I'm the type of person that when I like start feeling tipsy, I'm like, oh, like, let's drink more, drink more, you need to drink more, like that.
So after 9, you, like when you're sober, you get drinks.
So, yeah.
You know how much you want, and then after 9 or after midnight, no more.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
But I would be sad. I'd be like, but I need more.
In Korea, like we drink with good food. Like
That's true.
we call it Ahnjoo.
Would chicken be an anju for 맥주? Is that
Yeah,
what it is?
chicken, or you could even have some fish or tonkatsu, which is pork, or yes.
Dried squid or the dried octopus thing.
squid
Oh,
or
so good.
octopus. So much more fun to eat good food when you drink.
Did you notice that a lot of the restaurants in Korea, they have the bells, so you like ding.
Oh yeah, I love that. You should have bells in restaurants.
Right? I think
because
so.
whenever you need something, if like let's say you need water, then you can just push the bell and your server will come and hey, what do you need? And oh, I want some water.
Right.
And they would bring you water.
Yeah.
And they would never bother you, or they would, you know, like it's so convenient. But in America, you always have to wait
Yeah.
until your server comes and you can like, oh, I want some water. And
Right.
if you like drop your fork or something, you just have to wait.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
I think you're polite, so you wait, but a lot of people, they're like, hey waiter, here, I need
My boyfriend told me like it's so rude to do that.
It's honestly, it's like, I don't think it's super polite, but I feel like that's the only way you can get what you
Right.
need. Otherwise, you're just like,
Okay.
I dropped my fork like 30 minutes ago. Like,
That would be so bad. We have no tips in Korea.
oh, that's true.
Yeah, so all the service is free. I never really appreciated that, but since I'm here and I always have to tip the people, and I always think how nice it is to have that services for free.
So, have you experienced any cultural differences when you went to Korea or when you lived anywhere abroad? If you have, I would love to hear about it, so you can comment below. And thank you so much for joining us. Again, this was Aran from Aran English.
Yeah, you should definitely check out my channel too. We actually filmed the video earlier. We made CAPTIONS, which is a Korean dessert, like fruit dessert for summer. So you would see DIANE cook CAPTIONS.